Hello, and welcome to National Geographic Learning's America Through the Lens. I will be showing you how to set up your account, create a course, and all the features of America Through the Lens on the MindTap School platform. The URL you received for your district will give you access to the site to set up your account. Once you type in the URL, it is very easy to set up your account. You click on your school, you put in an email address, you put in your first name and your last name. You create a password and then confirm that password. And that's it. Your account has been created. Next, let's look at how easy it is to create a course. All you do is click on the Create Course button. You pick your district. You select your school from the drop-down menu. It will default to you as the teacher, and then you click Next. If you already have an existing course, you can put in the course key to clone it, or you can type in the product name, use the search bar, or type in the ISBN. Once you get your book, just click to the left on the little button, hit Next, give your course a name, give it a start date, give it an end date, select a grade, and then your last option is self-registration. With self-registration enabled, your students will be able to roster themselves and put themselves in your class just as easily as you created your account. Click Next. All the information will be put into a little drop-down, and then you click Confirm, and your course is created. We're going to look at the course in just a few minutes, but let's take a look at the course on your dashboard. As I scroll down, now I can see the course that I created. I click over here to the left on the magnifying glass, and now I'll see all the details for that specific course. As I look at the details, you'll see everything that I put in there is there, including the registration URL. This is the URL that you will give your students so they can set up their course. They will do exactly what you just did by typing in the URL and then creating their own account. If your students already have an NGLSync account, then when they type in that URL, it will bring them to their account and add that class to the other classes that are already in their system. Once you create a course, the next time you go to log in to NGLSync, it will look like this, and you'll see all the courses that you have created. The first thing I will show you are the resources. When you click on that resources underneath the course name, you will see that it will bring you to an additional page. You'll click on Instructor Resources. And the first time you access that, you will have to click Accept for the agreement. And then you will see there are some additional resources that are downloaded for this product. So first you'll see a PDF of the credits, a PDF of the handbook answer keys, and a PDF of the financial literacy handbook. Let's go back to the portal. When I'm ready, I can go ahead and launch the course. It will open up another page, and now the Teacher's Edition will be here for you. The Teacher's Edition is the complete Teacher's Edition, just exactly like your print one. So for instance, if I click on the introductory material, you'll see all of that information that was in front of the Teacher's Edition is right here for you. So if I click on project-based learning, the project-based learning monograph is there for you. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. I click back, and now again the table of contents is all here. I'm now going to go into Unit 3. Once I click on Unit 3, you'll see the chapters that are in Unit 3, the introduction, and the wrap-up. When I click on the introduction, the Teacher's Edition page for the introduction will load onto the site. I will be able to click on any of this information that is in the teacher wraparound from the Teacher's Edition. When I go over here to the right-hand side, I will see resources. So right now, because I'm just in an introduction, you'll see all those resources, all those handbooks, the glossary, But here on the bottom, you'll see the Unit 3 test because I am in Unit 3 right now. I'm going to close the resources and let's pick a chapter to go into. Pick Chapter 8 and let's go into War Breaks Out in Europe. Once again, it will bring all that information that's completely into the Teacher's Edition right there for you so that you never have to take your Teacher's Editions home if you don't want to. Now, as I can see, once again, up at the top, I can look at each of the areas that are in the teacher wraparound one at a time. So when I'm doing my planning, I can just focus on what I need to see. Additionally, now when I go over to resources, now you'll see additional resources as I scroll down. All of the Chapter 8 resources are in there. So you have pre-tests, you have section quizzes for each of the sections, you have this Chapter 8 test in both the A version and the B version. You have the vocabulary practice. You have reading and note-taking. You also have the literature lesson, the skills lesson, active history, the biographies, and then the summaries. What you will notice is that there are 2 versions of each of these PDFs that are available. I'm going to go up here to a vocabulary one. You see there's Section 1 Vocabulary Practice and Section 1 Vocabulary Practice Printable. So when I click on that, it's going to show me what it will look like for the students. I can go ahead and click on Download, and this will download as a PDF. So right here, you can see exactly what the students will see. And when the PDF loads, you'll be able to see that there are the blue boxes so the students can type in here, type an answer. They can then save it and then email it to you. I go back over here to the resources for the same thing, the vocabulary practice for Section 1, and now I look at the printable one. It's the same exact PDF, except that they will not be able to print it out. This is just for you to print out, and then they can use their paper or pencil to do this activity. I'm going to go back to the lesson. There are a couple of other features that are available for both teacher and student, and we'll be looking at the student edition in just a few minutes. First, over here, you see some icons. The first one is a notes. So you can add sticky notes to any page that you want and type whatever you want in there and then hit save. And now every time you go on this page, when you click on notes, you'll see there's notes for that page. You can also bookmark this page. It will automatically give you a title, but you can change that. And then next, let's go to, once you highlight some information, you can go over here to the highlighter, click Add Highlight, and now you can pick which color you would like it to be highlighted in. And now that's all highlighted for you. Some of the other features of the Teacher's Edition, you can do a search for any word you want. You can also go over here to what I call the Rubik's Cube. If you click on that, you see you have some additional resources. So first, let's take a look at assignments. You can assign some of the readings and some of the tests in America Through the Lens. As you can see, I've already assigned Chapter 1 test. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more, and let's go ahead and assign the Chapter 2 pretest. I click on it, and the test will load just like it will look for the students. So they click on question by question. Once they answer, they click on the arrow key to go to the next question, just like you will be able to see what the students see. I now click on Assign, and now I can assign this. So I can choose a student to assign this to. I only have one student in my class. I pick a start date. I pick a due date. So as you can see, you can pre-assign these and the students will see that it's not due for a while or when they can see it. I pick a category in which I want the assignment to go into in the gradebook, and now I can also pick the number of attempts that the student will be allowed. Then I hit submit, and now when the student logs into their site, they will see the assignment and they will know when it is due. Once I'm done assigning it, I can either go back and edit it and change any of that information, or I can say that I'm done and it will take me back to the assignments. The next thing we'll take a look at is the gradebook. Again, I only have one student in my gradebook, so you can see that the student has already taken Chapter 1 test and taken the Chapter 3 pretest. Let's take a look at the Chapter 3 pretest. When I click on the test, now I will be able to see exactly what the student answered question by question. And as you can see, I can also type in comments. So as I go through the test, I can see which questions the student got correct and which questions the student missed and what the correct answer is. When you see the pencil icon, that means that a test still needs some grading. So I can go in here and grade the test. I can see the answers that the student created. And then I can go with a rubric and decide how many points I want to give to that student and also type in comments. I can also click on an individual student, and this will show me what tests they've taken, how many attempts they've taken, and what their score is. If you have given students multiple attempts on an assignment, then you can see all the attempts that they have answered and what their answers are and type comments in as well. If I go back up to the little Rubik's Cube, now I can go to the Study Hub. The Study Hub, which the students also have access to on their site, now shows all of my notes and highlights, and it shows all of my bookmarks and all of my saved searches. This will enable students to create their own unique study guide. Also in the gradebook, you can change the display settings, whether you want it by percentages or by points. You can go to the category manager, and as you can see right now, it is default to equal weighting for quizzes, readings, and tests, and you can change that, and you can even add additional categories to your gradebook. And you can export the data to a spreadsheet so that you can have it in a physical form. The last thing here on the Rubik's Cube is the Launch Student Edition. So I'm going to go do that. And as you can see, it launched a Student Edition in another tab. So you can have both the Teacher's Edition and the Student Edition open at the same time. So you can see, I can see the assignments that I've already given. If I just click on it, it will take me to the assignment so that the student can take the assignment, and it will let them know what attempt they're taking. Also over here, they have the same exact table of contents that you'd have, so everything looks pretty much the same as the Teacher's Edition. Once again, let's go to Unit 3, and let's look at Chapter 9. The students also, once they click into a lesson, will be able to go to the resources and see the resources that are available to them. When I click on the resources, you can see the resources look very similar. They have the vocabulary practice, they have the reading and note-taking, they have the skills lessons, the literature lessons, the active history, the biographies, and the summaries. What is not available on the student side are the quizzes and the tests. You'll also notice that occasionally, not in every chapter, you'll see this Read on the Road video. Read on the Road is our digital nomad who travels through history to bring some very nice videos for the students. If I click on that, it will just bring the video up so that the students and you will have access to it.
million cars in the U.S. Nearly every adult has one.
As you can see, there are transcripts available for the videos that you can download.
76 pesos? What?
Some additional resources in the student edition. As you can see at the very top of the page, there is a microphone. This microphone speaker will allow the students to have the page read to them.
$1.1 Red Scare. Think about something that scares you. What makes it so frightening? Following World War I.
So you can see it also tracks the reading. If I go over here to the little wheel, I can adjust the settings. So I can have the text highlighting on or off. I can choose which color for the words, for the sentences, for the text. I can enhance the visibility. I can speed up or slow down the reading. I can turn on or off the automatic scrolling or the pop-up button. All those resources are available to the student as they're reading the page. Also on the left-hand side, you can see the students also have the same sticky notes, bookmarks, and highlighting that will feed into their study hub. The other icon on the page is this little toggle button. What this toggle button will do is it will allow the text to be taken down about a grade level for students who need that assistance. You'll notice there's also another speaker icon that you can click that will read this section to them.
The 1920s would this time become a decade of prosperity in the United States. The 1920s would this time become a...
So there are two speaker icons, one for the whole page at the regular level of the textbook, and one with the modified text for the below level. I can click on the modified text toggle again, and it will take the text back to where it was. Each section has a modified text toggle for it. So that's the student edition and the teacher's edition. I'd like to show you one more feature of the MindTap School platform. I'm going to go back over to my portal. And launch the course again. And go to Manage Courses. This will bring me back to my dashboard. I'm going to once again scroll down and go to the magnifying glass at the side of my course. Now when I have my course, I can scroll down and now I can see the students who are rostered in my courses. If I want to go ahead, I can click on the magnifying glass next to my student name. And now you can see I have a button that says Impersonate. When I click on that button, it will launch that specific student's account. So now I can go in and I can look at his account and I can look at what he has highlighted and what he has put into his study hub for each student. Thank you very much, and I hope I've answered all your questions for the walkthrough of America Through the Lens.